Okay, I'm trying to set up stream. Alright, it looks. Okay, this afternoon. This afternoon, I decided. I finished the Dune essay, which I've been trying to do for the past 2 days. It says unstable, average stream bitrate too high. I probably shouldn't be looking at it while I'm doing it. I wish there was a monitor. I finished the Dune essay. It turned out really nice. After looking at it, I didn't say too much about the aesthetics of the movie. You know, performances, aesthetics, how it was done, directing, cinematography. I never talked about this. I say it right in the beginning, in a little paragraph, if I liked the movie, and then I jump right into trying to figure out the story of what they were trying to say. And after looking at it, it looked like I had 2 sentences on the movie, and they weren't great, but I liked the movie. Anyway, it got me a little bit. That's why it's not always great to be critical, because someone might think you have a negative opinion when you don't. But the second Dune movie, made me think of I'm trying to edit the I just saw a picture fly by. It didn't cover the whole screen. The second Dune movie, I couldn't help but think of the end of the movie versus the David Lynch version, where they're all riding into, they're charging to take the Capitol over again, and they're cheering on sandworms. And in the new version, the Denis Villeneuve version, it's a bit removed. And I thought it would have been cool to see expression of what those people are feeling while taking that place over. And then you get to the end, and it's not the end. There's another Dune movie. So then I'm thinking, never mind, they didn't finish. That's not the end of the story. It's great. They finished filming it already. But what I was talking about was trying while that video's finished. The next one's Jedi Fallen Order. That essay's finished, and that one is currently processing. That's that loud noise in the background. That's the computer. The fan is spinning. And then while that's working, and that takes about an hour, I figured I'd try and go over Jedi Survivor, because it's a great story, and some of these screens are from my playthrough. And that's the next blah blah blah. That's the next essay. So what the idea is? What is Jedi Survivor trying to tell me? There it is. What is the story of Jedi Survivor trying to tell me? I should put that in the chat notes. The story, basically, from what I think what's going on, from my point of view, after playing it, I think the whole story is basically about Cal finding a home. The first part is he's on the run, the first game. Second game, he looks to find a place to settle down. Stream manager. Title. There's no sub category. I guess you pin it in the chat. Okay. What does Survivor? They want me to sign in. So in the first game, Cal survives Order 66 and goes on the run. And he makes 3 friends along the way. It ate the message. Pin. Okay. That's the topic. So, what the main point that so far that spoilers by the way, that I look at is who the villain is in this story. And it's a Jedi. What happens is a Jedi, the Republic finds a planet that's so hidden that you need a map to get to it. And then the pirates show up. And one Jedi decides to hold on to it, while all the others decide to leave. And holding that one planet turns that Jedi dark. Now, this story is of Cal Kestis, who is on the run from Order 66. And in this game, he decides to fight back. But he also has a goal in life. He's basically carrying Schindler's List. I'm trying to figure out what this story is trying to tell me. This story is a bunch of dads. It's got 3 dads in it. And they're all trying to protect or look after something or someone. And they all start to go dark over it. Me personally, I wanted Trilla to come back I thought it would have been neat if Trilla came back in some way. I should probably write spoilers somewhere. So the story has 3 dads, all trying to hold on to something that they care about. And they all start to go dark, meaning dark side. And in Star Wars, dark side, that's about attachments. When people go dark, George Lucas is basically saying greed. That someone has become greedy to the point where they value themselves over others. What they want it. And they begin to go dark, and then things fall apart, and people get hurt. It becomes some sort of, how bad do you want this? And you see it in the game. So this is a real thought exercise, because this game this game takes a good 35 hours or something. There's a lot of stuff. I was gonna read over it. I keep getting stuck. I'm thinking about who the villain is, which is a Jedi trying to hold the entire planet. That's what he cares about. He wanted the planet, and he wanted to live a happily ever after with his Jedi wife. And she thought otherwise. Because Jedi aren't supposed to have attachments. Now the other one is a friend of Cal's. And he's a dad. And at some point he picks safety. He picks his family over all the other families. And then you have Cal, who's carrying around a list of people he needs to keep safe. And, well, it's a little weird because while he's doing it, he's cutting down, I don't know, hundreds of people. Alright, so I'm gonna go over the story one more time. And then hopefully that'll help loosen things or make me remember. The plot. 5 years after destroying the Jedi holocron, Jedi Knight Cal Kestis has parted ways with Seer Junda, Grease, and Marin to continue his battle against the Empire. As a resistance fighter working under Saw Gerrera. Holy cow! That's Rogue One stuff. Cal and his team infiltrate the Imperial capital world of Coruscant, instill valuable military data from Senator Daho Sajin. Cal is disheartened to learn from the data that despite all his efforts, the Empire has become more powerful, expanding its reach farther through the galaxy. That's really important info. Because Saw Gerrera he's not nice. Saw Gerrera is a militant. He's a type of character that's pushing back against the Empire in the beginning. Played by Forrest Whitaker. Let me think. The Ninth Sister arrives to confront and exact revenge on Cal, killing Sajin and most of Cal's team. But is killed by Cal soon after. Cal and his mercenary comrade Bode escape Coruscant, but the Stinger Mantis is damaged. After protecting Grease's town on Kobo from a group of marauders known as the Bedlam Raiders, Cal reunites with Grease to repair the Mantis. Okay, Cal finds the droid Z, a droid that has survived, a droid that served the Jedi during the High Republic era. So that's neat. Cal is connecting with the High Republic, and the prequels. He's around that area. He's Obi-Wan and Anakin were still young when Cal's around. He's a prequel character. Somehow I never saw him as a prequel character. Somehow, I don't know how they banished the aesthetic of Star Wars, but in these Survivor games, it looks so much like Episode 4 already. It's like they've made the jump from prequel to dirty old Star Wars. I don't hate it. It looks great. I'm not so sure about the idea of Inquisitors. There were a lot of Jedi. And they got the help to finish the Jedi problem with a couple of those Jedi. What is this story trying to tell me? One guy goes dark trying to hold something. Another guy goes dark trying to hold something. Saying that what they want is more important than everyone else. But it doesn't really belong to Cal either. It's best. I need to figure out what the main bad guy wants, because he hits the stasis tube and then wakes up 300 years later. So everything he possibly could have wanted is gone. I'm gonna skip ahead. Cal discovers a one-armed Dagon in a Bacta tank in the hopes of recruiting a former Jedi. Cal frees him, but Dagon, having turned to the dark side, attacks Cal and escapes. With the Gindai warrior Ravis, the leader of the Bedlam Raiders. Realizing the value of a planet inaccessible to the Empire, I forgot, you need a map to get to it. So Cal wants it because it's a safe haven. He's looking for a home. Okay, that's starting to make sense. So what, he just wants a base of operations to... He could be a new emperor. Cordova explains that Dagon was the first and only pilot to find a path through the Kobo Abyss. Centauri developed special compasses to navigate. That's all plot. After two of the compasses prove unsalvageable, Cal fights and kills Ravis. More plot. Furious over Bode's betrayal and the deaths of Seer. Okay. After two of the compasses prove unsalvageable, Cal fights and kills Ravis and Dagon before recovering a compass that Cordova may repair. The Empire attacks the Jedi, and Bode murders Cordova and steals the compass. Okay, the group arrives at Tanalor. This is important. The group arrives at Tanalor and attempts to convince Bode to surrender. What happened to Dagon? However, the Republic withdrew from the planet and destroyed the compasses when it was assaulted by a group of raiders known as the Nihil. Calamir and Bode agree to search for the three remaining compasses. Bode wishes to find a refuge for his young daughter. Cal fights and kills Ravis and Dagon before recovering a compass that Cordova may repair. He's throwaway. That's interesting. That's kind of neat. They wrote a bait and switch. That's what was confusing me. I forgot what happened to those guys. And it's a pure bait and switch. Those characters are there to offer up plot and deliver info. If anything, I don't think they're clones. If Cal starts to go dark, Marin's gonna cut him down. Okay, so that simplifies things a bit. So the story is basically about Cal Kestis and Bode. they made a story about two dads. One dad wants an entire planet for his daughter, and the other one wants it for all the kids to hang out. One guy wants, it's like The Walking Dead or something, where one guy wants an entire facility just for his family. And the other guy is like, no, there's a whole community that could fit in a facility. So is the story agreed? Which fits with Star Wars. Don't be greedy. But they put the focus on a family. Is your family more important than all the other families? Cal answers it, I guess. He says no. The safety of everyone is more important. You may like your family more. Is the safety of your family more important than the safety of everyone's family? Bring that fire truck to my house first. If the fire starts. No, they're gonna take it to the big houses. They're gonna if a neighborhood caught on fire, the whole neighborhood. Does the fire team hit the first house as soon as they get into the neighborhood? Or do they drive through streets, burning streets? The rich man is going to say, yeah, you'll be fine. drive straight to my house first. The big house. At the end of the street. The fancy one. The 3-car garage. The 4-car garage. Help that house first. I can't believe that's what this story is about. How do you say that? It's... it's one dad with a bunch of families, or the other dad versus his family, and his wife is gone. They, whoever wrote this is really clever. I was wondering how this story plays out with if the second sister survived. Trilla. If Trilla survived the last game, I think she did. Just because they didn't use her this time doesn't mean that she didn't survive a shortfall, or it happens in Star Wars. She'll show up with a robot leg or something. But if Trilla had gone through this, then it would have to be. Would it be the same aesthetic of not a fever dream, Jedi Force vision? That would mean that she's possibly still being tortured. She would still be in that torture chair. And the movie would just continue and keep going forward. And after her master showed up to save her, they walked off happily ever after. This is what she wants to happen while she's being tortured. She wants her Jedi master to show up and save her, and then oh no, and then march off. They march off as if Order 66. They're starting over. And not only are they going to start over? But they're going to make sure that none of the other Jedi get tortured. They're going to find a safe place for them. And they're going to rebuild the Jedi library. And the Jedi will be renewed. I think this is a Trilla game. Because it sounds motherly. You have a character that wants to look after kids. In storytelling, dads are usually pick up the spear and walk out into the jungle, stab something. This is literally I don't know. But at the same time, not. It's not like that. They're looking for a place for a family to stay. I kind of like the story better if it's Trilla. By the end of it, she's still being tortured. Maybe. I don't know. So what does it mean? When it's about greed of some kind. It's saying don't be greedy. But that's all of Star Wars. This is specifically saying something about safety, finding a home. The importance of one family over another. And then if you're saying that, you could spread that out to factions. And a message like that kind of ends the war in Star Wars, saying your group is not more important than the safety of everyone else. The safety of your group is not more important than the safety of everyone else. That's a horrible message. The safety, the love you have for your family isn't important. The safety of your family isn't important. The safety of all families is important. If you're mentioning safety, what does safety mean? Safety means safe for all. The definition of safety is defined by there being a blanket of the safety, the boon of safe, descends upon all. The mission of a Jedi is to provide safety. This is a story about two Jedi. One picks himself, which is a dark Jedi, is not necessarily calling him evil or Sith. The thing with dark Jedi is that they've decided to stop being Jedi and they look for wealth. They look to use their powers to gain wealth, safety, comfort, all those things. Advantages in life. Let me think. Let me think. Let me think. The safety, that's exactly what a dark Jedi is. You could probably chuck all of the stuff about the Padawans. This could boil down to the argument of a dark Jedi versus Jedi. Should the Jedi focus on themselves? Or should they continue to focus on the safety of everyone, which is what led to the fall of the Republic? Yikes. Then you're getting into a discussion about not considering the safety of others leads to destruction. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. And hate leads to suffering. There's fear at the end of this game. They were both afraid of losing what they were after. And then they fought about it. Yeah, Yoda's right again. I haven't said anything for a little bit. I've been thinking. Yeah, I'll keep thinking. It's been about an hour. It's a really tough one. The safety of everyone, not considering the safety of everyone can lead to destruction, is what I think it might be saying. He's what the villain in this story is doing is he's setting this group up for another round of Jedi Fallen Order. And what Cal has to do is, as a character, he has to figure out how to prevent another fall of the Republic. And the game is saying that they found it by having the Jedi separate from government. The Jedi would be living in on a secret planet somewhere. But what happened before in the story was the Nihil showed up. That the little secret pocket universe that they had, the pirates showed up and claimed it. Fast forward, another Cal Kestis comes along. They lost, they gave up. No, they didn't give up the planet. He's fighting someone there. The Judeland Wasteland guys. how does Cal keep the Jedi safe? Is to become Sith, I guess. That's what the Sith do, they hide. But it's a change of hands. If the Sith are in charge, I guess it's the Jedi's turn to hide. Cal is smart enough to put it together. He himself, in this story, is looking for a place, a new home. He picked the bar. But now he's gonna settle down somewhere. So the next game might be interesting. I still think it's Trilla. I think I'd have to go back and watch the. I haven't found an article on it. I'd have to go back and watch Star Wars Celebration when they launched the game. I think it was 2016 or something like that. But I think Trilla was supposed to be the main character. And then they switched it over. I'm not sure where I got that from. Or just me thinking that it'll be a stronger story. It's one or the other. Only the devs could answer that one. So, the contrast is attachments, personal attachments versus the well-being of everyone. Cal is holding on to that list. It's a want. But at some point, it becomes not about himself, I guess. He's removed from it somehow. I don't know, it's community. That has to be it. This boils down to self versus community again. Is the safety of the community more important than the safety of myself? I think that's what it's saying. It's there. I'm gonna pick one or the other way to say it, but I think that's what it's saying. That's another stream. I think I'll be on to play Outlaws. So it'll be this and Indiana Jones, the essay, which I might go for a walk and just say that one. All right. If you catch this one, thank you for watching and listening.